Hi, my beautiful brothers and sisters. This is Mary Hernandez with Genesis Kingdom, Part 1. So today's topic, and it's so weird because I've had this, but I had a lot of them prepared as the Holy Spirit guides me. Or if I hear a brother and sister use a word that I'm like, man, I haven't heard that word. So I go in there and I look it up and I study it and back it up with Bible verses. Well, I've had it for about a week now, and then today my pastor at Calvary Church was actually talking about it. So I was like, wait a minute. They were talking about the end times. So I was like, I have one ready, and the title is called The Pagan Empire / Crypto. I'm pretty sure you heard of crypto Christianity. Let me do a little bit of breakdown so you could kind of understand. It's the end times. Kind of what is already going on now, and I'll get a little bit into it as I go ahead and be able to explain the Bible verse. Crypto Christianity is the secret practice of Christianity, usually while attempting to camouflage as another faith or observing the rituals of another religion publicly. In places, time periods, and Christians were persecuted or Christianity was outlawed, instances of crypto Christianity have suffered because of that. So then it brought me to Revelation 13:17. And this is going to tell you as far as like the mark of the beast and how the beast system works, how the crypto beast system works. And it also brings you with the crypt system, and it is in there. It is research that talks about the bitcoins, the NFTs, and in the end times. What does that Bible say about it? And I'm pretty sure you've seen the viral YouTube video that is going around about this lady that walks in and she goes into a convenience store and then she goes to pay, and then she goes, see, all I have to do is just swipe. All I have to do is swipe with my hand, and hey, I pay for my meals. That's the beast system. That's the beast system that is telling you. That's the mark of the beast. Now, for those of them that you be able to see, that was the people that are actually are walking that in darkness that took the mark of the beast. And this process is to go ahead and do the whole awakening of the truth and what the Bible really says, opposed to what the men have preached it, in the pulpit, that, that you just read it, but they don't really study it to get that revelation, and you got it. And I have Bibles backed up as well that, you're covered. You're covered. You're not going to be able to see that end time if you stay in a covet, a water covet of baptismal, which is the 10 commandments and not the beast system that they say Moses' law. You could have 2, 3 wives. It's okay to kill, steal, and destroy. Hey, you'll get a pat in the back and you'll be out of there. You got money? Shit, even better. You'll be able to get out of jail. Nothing will happen to you. Kind of what's been going on in the world, and you can pretty much see it going on. And our mother God, she's Yahweh, and she has come because she has stopping the plans of the demonic system that they had planned. But she said, how would you know if you don't have somebody preaching you what the Bible really says, opposed to what the men are just getting up? And they don't even want to preach that sin is sin and it's bad and that's a pathway to hell. I even heard a pastor be like, well, I don't need to, remind them of their sins. You're not pointing fingers. You're pointing at sin. And you do tell them that this sinful nature that there is going on around, that everybody calls it fitting in, is the pathway to hell. Those are the people that are going to have a choice to either take the mark of the beast, or you're going to sit there and get killed. But if I also get killed, she's going to allow that. But if you don't take the mark of the beast, then you'll come back and you'll be reborn again in the new heaven, the new earth. But let's avoid you being that part of the beast system where you're going to have that choice. And that's a whole awakening of this whole, her daughters coming in and preaching the truth, opposed to what they're barely telling you over here, that this, man. No, that's a beast system. And I continue showing up. I'm reading this to you. Now let me go ahead and Now it says Revelation, 13, 17, and 18. Okay. Revelation 13, 17. And that no man might buy or sell, or save he that hath the mark in the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, the number that is 666, just so you'll know. So then it also brings me a little bit, it talks about, let me go ahead and go to it real quick. The crypto means a cryptocurrency, sometimes called cryptocurrency, which is the crypto in the form of that it exists a digital or virtual or used as crypto photography to secure the transactions. Okay, that's what it means. What is it that they're doing? You know, it's all virtual, all like, hey, you know, crypto does not have a central issuing or regulating authority. Instead of using a decentralized system to record the transaction, the issue of the new units. When you look up crypto Bible meaning. And of course, you're going to use your discernment. Just like when I look for a certain word that's in the Bible to get the whole meaning of that Bible verse, make sure you put digitally Bible, and I'm just using a word, Bible meaning. And then you're going to use your discernment and match it up with what you have. And that's how you get what the Bible really says opposed to what they say. So then it brings me to Ecclesiastic 11:1-6. I think that it was right. So, yeah, 1-6. Okay. And you're going to see kind of where the crypto system is telling you, and also the mother that's telling you besides the inheritance, where she tells her children, be content with what you have until I get there. And then also where she's also telling the world that if you give up the gold, the silver, the fame, and everything of the world, you have more riches with me in the new heaven, the new earth. And I see a lot of people that have their affiliators, power influences that are giving that up. And I just want to say kudos with you. Your family's protected. You know, continue staying in prayer, and that keeps you out of the beast system. No sin. And saying this is right now in Armageddon for your soul. The real Armageddon hasn't even begun. But to be honest with you, it already has, because it starts with you. You know, it's fighting for your soul. So it's the flesh, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the, you know, whatever it is, your sin nature, the addictions, is anything. Sin of any, you know, from right from wrong. But you're still going to get somebody that obviously cares and shows up and tells you, come on, sin is sin. You know, and you're going to get kids that are going to be like, hey, well, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Well, hey, I did the godly thing that I'm supposed to do by my mother God, and tell you that your bloods are washed off my hands, that you got the opportunity to hear the truth opposed to what man said, that, hey, that's okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're going to get a free pass. The whole thing of sin is going into remission of sin and not repeating that cycle. And our own flesh, our own beast inside of us almost pushes back what we're so used to, because we've been around it for so long. Even the way of even renewing of the mind in what the Bible really says opposed to what we were taught even as little kids. But nobody has really studied the Bible, so how are you going to know? How do you know what the truth really is? That's going to be the pathway to hell if you're getting people that are sugarcoating sins, and you get inflators that are up there and they're telling you, hey, it's okay to sin, rob somebody, destroy somebody, go ahead and have 2 or 3 husbands, go ahead and be gay, go ahead and do this, go ahead and steal and kill and destroy. And it's not, that's a pathway to hell. You know, all I could tell you is what sin is and what it's going to send you to hell. How you choose to take that advice, it's on you. And this is what she says. It says, ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you will receive and return. Invest in 7 ventures, and yes, in 8. You do not know the disaster that may come upon the land. It clouds and is full of water. It pours rain on the earth, and it will rather a tree falls or to the south or to the north, or the place where it falls, that it says there it will lie. Whoever watches the wind and will not plant, but whoever looks at the cloud will not reap. And this is where you're planting your tree. You're going to plant it in good soil, or you're going to plant it in ruins, the ways of the world, the mark of the beast, the blood covenant was saying, or is it going to be a water covenant, baptismal, the 10 commandments, which is in Exodus 20. Now, Ecclesiastic 11:5. As you do not know the path of the wind or how the body formed in a mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things. She's saying, I birthed you. I gave birth to you. I was the one. I am the maker of all things. And you got men that are saying, man, beast system. Man don't birth. They don't do that. She blows. And you know how it is that when it says the nostril, it's a metaphor, where she says we were dead to sin. But if you come out from dead to sin, awake as those that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and what? Christ shall give you the light. Now Christ, Yahweh, will give you the light. That means you will go from dead to life. She brings life into you with her light. That is the Holy Spirit of Mother God. Now it says that you don't know the path of the wind, and the body formed in a mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things. Sow your seed in the morning, in the evening. Let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed. Rather is it that, or rather is it both, or is it equal? Well, the light is sweet, and it pleases to the eye, and see the sons. However, many years it says not many years or anyone may live. Let them enjoy them all, but let them remember the days of the darkness, for they will be many. Everything comes in meaningless. That you who are young and happy while you are young, let your heart give joy in the days of your youth. Follow the ways of your heart, rather your eyes see. Let them know that all things that God will bring you into judgment, and banish the anxiety from your heart. Cast out your troubles on the essence of your body, for the youth it is beggar and meaningless. So you're going to reap what you sow. But if you don't have somebody that's telling you what kind of seed, you got to know what's right and wrong. You're going to rip from your soul. Everybody's coming into Judgment Day. What did it say? That saying was there with Joshua. The saying was there with Moses fighting for what? The bones. With the bones. So he was all like, no, he was fighting for him to stay in hell. Because how you work out here, there is an afterlife. It's either going to be in hell or it's going to be in heaven. That's the book of life and the book of Lamb. The book of Lamb. Those are for the chosen ones. So now it brings me to Genesis 9:12. It said, Genesis 9:12, and God said, this is the sign of the covenant that I am making between me and you and every living creature that is with you, covenant with all generations to come. This is going to be the everlasting covenant. This is not the new world order. That's the beast system, brothers and sisters. Do not let the enemy, do not even let people that probably don't even really know the Bible. I've been reading and training and doing my Bible study and getting the revelation, and her Holy Spirit is guiding me. She shows me visions, and then I sit there and I wake up and I start writing down my pen and start getting on here. And to study is to get the wisdom and the discernment of what the Bible really says, opposed to the way we were raised and what we thought it said, And that was Genesis 9:12. The next one says, I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and I will sign a covenant between me and the earth. That's beautiful. You know how they turn rainbow and they use it for something else. The rainbow is what she was saying. That there's a land flowing with milk and honey, and you get to be a part of that. It's just which decision that you make. It's the riches and healing of the new heaven, the new earth, or are you going to take crypto money from a pagan empire that is going to be the new world order that is going to come to an end in an Armageddon with God's people and the ungodly world? Right now, it's just a battle. A battle even as far as we come out here and they try, they come around, but my mother says, walk around, it is yours. You sit there and you pray, and she removes the enemies. And how it was with David, you go in there, you pray on what? Until the walls fall down. I'm not in there to argue with anybody. All I do is show up and read my vision every day like I do. Until the walls fall down, we go to the next, and you take territory as you go. And whoever goes in that dimension with us are the people that are living that beast system, the beast world. Nothing will happen to you when the end time happens. You will not see that. I promise you, no one. And there's a Bible verse in here that backs it up as well. So then, let me see. That was Genesis 9. I did 13. So it brings me to Proverbs